What a mighty God we serve. What a mighty, mighty Lord we serve. Angels bow before Him, heaven and earth adore Him. What a mighty God we serve.
My name is Father Wayne Lobsinger. I'm the pastor of St. Thomas the Apostle Parish in Waterdown. I've been a priest for 18 years. I was ordained in 1994. I entered the seminary when I was just 19 years of age, and primarily because of the job I had at church as church organist. They paid me to go to church, and the more I went to church, the more I came to realize that the Lord was calling me to follow Him in this very unique and special way. As a priest, it's a great joy to share in people's lives, to be able to be with them in the joyous times of baptism and marriage, first communions, confirmations, but also to be able to be with them in the times when things are a little more difficult, when someone's sick and dying, when they've had a death in the family, or they just need to talk to someone because of the struggles that they're experiencing in life. St. Thomas the Apostle Parish is in the town of Waterdown. Just a few years ago it was the village of Waterdown, and now it's been upgraded to a town, but it's growing rapidly. People are moving in from Mississauga, Brampton area, and the town is growing quite a bit. The parish itself was founded in 1950, and this is the fourth church of St. Thomas the Apostle. Two were very small in the place where our cemetery is, and then they built a larger church. But about 10 years ago it was deemed to be too small, and they built this new big church that we have here. We sit 1,100 people here at St. Thomas. We have a very large, beautiful church. 7 years old is our building. But the people here are quite a mix now, moving in, as I said, from outside of the city, and we've become pretty much a bedroom community where people come and they live, but they still work and interact often in other communities. And so that's one of our struggles, is to try to connect them to a church here, to make them feel that they're part of this community when they live much of their lives elsewhere. Part of the struggle in being a priest is that distinction between the things priests do and who priests are. We often today associate people with the things they do. And so we see priests as people who say Mass, who preach, who baptize, who bury the dead, who do marriages. And we think that that's the limit. There's someone who performs a function, does a ceremony, and with the idea that priests only work 1 hour a week on Sundays when they're saying Mass. But the reality of who a priest is something very, very different. That a priest is that presence of Jesus in our world today. That priests are ordained to represent for us Jesus, the head of the church. That through ordination, a priest is given the powers to do the things he has to do, but he's also given that change in his heart and in his soul to be Jesus, to be that presence of the merciful Lord for his people. And we see that, when a priest comes to visit people who are sick or visit the home, it's more than someone just coming to do a job. People, our Catholic people, really recognize that when Father comes, he brings that presence of Jesus with him. That a priest is truly the presence of Jesus, the presence of the love and mercy of God in our world today. Yes, he does certain things, but more than that, it is who he is. He is to be a man of prayer. He is to be a man of God. He is to be that presence of Jesus himself in our world today. As a priest, a lot of our lives is very public, the things that people see us do. But also as a priest, there's many things in our lives that people don't see, that are maybe even more important than the things they do see. Our daily life of prayer, our time with the Lord, when we say Mass that everyone sees, but our own relationship with the Lord as we're celebrating the Holy Mass. The times we spend with our brother priests in fraternity, in support and encouragement of one another. But as a priest, a lot of what I do is not something for everyone to see. That time I spend with the Lord each morning in prayer, when I visit Him in the Blessed Sacrament and bring to Him the needs and the concerns of my heart and the hearts of the people to whom I'm called to serve. When I'm there to talk to my brother priests, and when they're there to listen to me as we come with our struggles and our joys of being priests. That this is a very important part of our priesthood. That as a priest, we really should be the professional prayers of our community. That we should be the ones who pray to the Lord, who implore the Lord for His grace and mercy. And so we struggle to make that time to be with God and to really try to be men of the Lord. And people may not always see that. They see the things we do, but it's hard to see the person that we really are. When I first thought about being a priest, I had this wonderful ideal of what it means to be priest, what I would be doing as a priest, who I would be as a priest. And going to the seminary, some of that is modified a bit, some of that is strengthened a whole lot. That to come to understand this wonderful calling that the Lord has shared with all of our priests, that we are called to live in that presence of the Lord, to live as His presence among us. And that the ideal, even though it's a struggle to reach that ideal, to be that perfect priest, that the Lord gives us the graces we need to be His presence, to take our own gifts, our own talents, our own humanity, and still be able to be that presence of the divine Jesus in the world. That it is possible to be a good and holy priest. It is possible to be that presence of the Lord. It is possible to live in the presence of the Lord each and every day. And so sometimes we get discouraged. Sometimes we get downhearted and we get down on ourselves about being a priest and doing the things we have to do. But when we come before the Lord and we open our hearts to Him, He reminds us in our core of who we are, and that He's with us always, and that when we rely on Him, when we trust in Him, He fulfills every desire of our hearts. He gives us everything we could possibly want and helps us to be that faithful servant to His people, helping them to draw closer to Him and preparing for His kingdom.
What a mighty God we serve. What a mighty, mighty Lord we serve. Angels bow before Him, heaven and earth adore Him. What a mighty God we serve.
My name is Father Lobsinger, and I'm very happy and blessed to be a parish priest.